but we'll implement something a little more good looking. So we've definitely got VotA started, but I'm not sure we have everybody we need in it. We've got 2 on red. Nick, do you see 2 on red? I see Fat Poulet on blue. The ever obvious pink face. Ron showed, and Fat Poulet versus looks like Yvette, and a red person going for hidden. I apologize for the lag of the evening watching people fight. I'm not sure if that's probably on me. I will say that I don't have the best upstream bandwidth. Okay, so we've got Jocelyn Reed and Yvette. We've got the boys versus girls team again.
Ooh, I do believe I just heard the bloodlust sound there.
I definitely believe that Jocelyn or Yvette, or possibly both, are running the support tree right now. Clearly they're not at hidden. Fat and Ron going to take the hidden point. Those of you worried about me giving away any dark secrets, I do believe there's at least like a minute and a half, maybe 30 to 45 second delay from what I'm seeing and what pops up on Twitch. So if you're watching, trying to get the insider information, it's not going to give you much, but it will give you a little bit perhaps.
I don't even know that it's that much. I'm watching it here as well. I have the stream pulled up, and I've got about maybe a 15-second delay, I believe it was, when I was watching the countdown happen.
Interesting. Well, I mean, look at that. We've got
watch that lightning
flying everywhere right now. I think we've got Ron showed. I definitely saw using lunge. If Fat has picked up support, that's going to be new to this game. Yvette just, oh, good lord. We've got definitely support tree over here. I saw a lot of potions right now. Jocelyn Reed throwing some heal potions down to get herself some health back. Definitely running support tree. You're going to jump into the water. That's a terrible idea, honestly. If she's got reflexes, not too terrible, but it's definitely a sitting duck maneuver as you can't move very well. Definitely on fire because of Fat Poulet's bow fire talents.
And you notice what Fat Poulet did there. As soon as Jocelyn made it into the water, he went and stood right on the point, trying to cap that thing as fast as you possibly can. That's what gets the points. That's what gets the win.
Yep, and that is why people in any MMO you've ever played with any sort of similar situation, that's where the term "fight on the point" comes from. If you can do damage and still be capturing that point, you better be doing it. Ron Showed and Jocelyn Reed going to duke it out for hidden over here. Josh going to try to take it from Ron Showed. We're going to see how this plays out. I think Ron Showed definitely running full offense. Jocelyn probably running full support. And I'm not sure what they're doing. Looks like we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a range battle. Oh, Ron Showed an effective use of the trap over here. He's going to try to make use of it. Jocelyn just going to try to close that gap. She's popping
again, you notice playing the objective. Jocelyn is sitting on the point.
She's gonna sit on that point, try to take, and it's working. Look at her. This is the indicator. The blue wool right here. It's counting down. That means where she's taking blue, and
she takes it.
She's got him, so she's gonna go ahead and probably take that. At least neutralize it. It's only a 2v2, so it will be some time before he comes back to try to contest this point. Fat Poulet clearly doing a fine job with wherever he is.
That was over at middle there.
Middle, for sure. So let's see what happens.
It looks like he's taking a run for hidden.
Yep, he's going to try to take her out of hidden, and she's going to have to play survivability, already getting knocked off the point. Hopefully not panicking too much. Fat is nothing to be trifled with, for sure. And he's going to close that gap. He's just going to get in her face, knowing that she's not the best.
Ooh, there it is. I saw her place that trap, and I was waiting for it.
Ah, she's using the undercharge then.
That's what I thought. I saw something flying out, and I couldn't tell if it was the potion or if it was the trap.
All right, that'll be the undercharge. So she threw it down on the ground and needed to kite him around it in order to get him to hit it and explode. It was a successful use of the strategy. Fat Poulet just seen it before, or wasn't worried, or if it's not doing damage, then that certainly has a huge part to play in the undercharge. So we're going to go back to middle and see what we got. Definitely something going on. Yvette taking the middle point. Jocelyn's going to rush back to hidden to try to take it. It's one team and one team in terms of point control. Yvette looks like she's going to neutralize middle, so that'll help red. a little bit. No, blue definitely has an advantage here. Jocelyn back at hidden. I'm not sure what's happening. Thought Fat Poulet was over here, but I guess he's not. Jocelyn appearing to go for the points versus the fights. Yvette, however, going to go for the middle point. Now, both of these girls are known for taking points. I think Yvette just happens to be the one going for middle, therefore she's going to be pitted in fights a little more often than Jocelyn is. But it's not a bad strategy. In fact, I know many games where they alone have pretty much contributed to the victory, while everybody else in the team worries about fighting, and they take points when people aren't paying attention. So it's not an unviable strategy, and it's why part of our scoring system gives more credit to taking a point than killing somebody. Because in a game of VotA, killing is helpful, but it is not alone the thing that wins a point, that wins the battleground.
It's exactly what we were talking about. You got to play the objectives.
Got to play the objectives. So red's got 2 points. They're going to get a little bit of leeway. Looks like they have the outlier points. This is one of those strange circumstances. Blue now has to make a choice. Guard middle, go for the other points. And if they go for the other points, they have to leave middle unless one of them is going to stay behind to defend. And so Yvette taking out Fat Poulet because she's probably got support talents. I'm not sure what she's got up there. Clearly has thrills.
Run for mid, and she's got Jocelyn backing her up.
Yep, she's definitely got thrills. Jocelyn running support tree, and that's gonna help them take middle. Fat Poulet, what's he gonna do? He's gonna go. Looks like he's gonna go for middle. He's gonna try to get some points. I'm sure he's got groove. It's a talent that has a stacking damage buff if you manage to land enough successful hits with your bow. That's groove, by the way. They're going to rush middle. Ronchode going to use lunge just to get there even faster, putting that on a cooldown. I'm not sure what it is. Turns out 20 seconds. It's a 20-second cooldown on lunge. So they are going to take lower to keep red from having that 3 cap. This is just a classic example that fighting doesn't win the game for you, even if you're the 2 best PvPers on the server. Strategy is definitely part of it. My guess is they're talking to each other, saying, "Hey, we need to just keep them off the points and try to hold 2. Got to hold 2 at least. That's pretty much the key to winning the game." So she's gonna
taking hidden here too is really smart because it opens up the rest of the map. It's going to pull red team down to that side, and hidden's a lot harder to get out of to get to the other poins than say hidden.
Ronchode using lunge, hoping to score a hit in the next 8 seconds. If it doesn't pull that off, it's not going to get double damage, and somebody's popping. That's Yvette popping. She's popping Rallying Cry, not just for the damage, but also for the speed buff that it gains, because it allows her to suddenly rush an area if she needs to, and she's going to use that.
Oh, I saw some Freya's arrow going out.
Yep. Somebody on blue. That's probably going to be one of the 2 have support tree, at least up to life shield. It's feasible. Fat Poulet has gone with a 4-4 strategy in terms of not having any fifth level talents. I'm not sure yet. I haven't really watched him close enough. Jocelyn Reed going to come over the hill, and we'll see what she does. Yvette going to rush the point. Don't see anybody using reflexes. Surprisingly, it's one of the most. I don't even know the word for it. Some people choose to use it, some people don't, and I don't think it's because it's contentious or because they're not sure if it's useful. I think it really is a player's prerogative. You have the ability to spend 1 point defense for the ability to deflect arrows.
Definitely useful if you know you're going to be going up somebody who is using the archery tree.
Absolutely.
But I almost like it in most cases because you only have really 2 forms of attack for the most part. You've got your sword, you've got the bow. Well, if you can cut out one of those sources of damage coming in,
absolutely, and it helps with closing the gap to middle, because middle knows where people are going to come from traditionally, especially if they're coming from your base. Like if you died and you're going to come to middle, they know where you're coming from. There could be 1, there could be 3 people shooting arrows at you. If you can pop reflexes, you can negate arrows hitting you for 2 seconds, or let's see, I don't even know how long that lasts. It's 3 seconds. For 3 seconds, you can run through arrows to get to middle in order to ensure that you're at least there enough to sort of mess with people. And it's huge. It's a huge gap closer. It's also a huge...
Especially with the choke points of those bridges. Those bridges are not wide. They're pretty much going to hit you when you're crossing those bridges.
You really, I've seen a lot of people try a lot of things to get over them, and some of them are effective if you're good at jumping, and some of them are not. Definitely earlier versions of this map were horrible for people, and I don't. This is the blue team's point over here. They always had the diagonal bridge, but the red team, they didn't. They had a straightaway that went from this point straight here, and it wasn't fair, to be fair. So there was some map balance. Jocelyn looks like she's not going to render any aid to middle right now. Yvette forced to fend for herself. Not going to make it. Jocelyn's going to run for hidden. It's a 77 to 75 right now. It's a 2-point game. It is a 2-point game, and despite, if you're looking at the tablets right now that I have up, 35 and 24 for Ron showed Fat. That means they both have lots of kills and captures. The other two, not so much, but guess what? They're still ahead. Blue having pulled off now 2 points versus 1. That's an important distinction, especially this late in the game.
It really shows that strategy can definitely play a big factor in winning, not just sword swinging skill.
Definitely within the realm of a 2v2 as well, because there is a lot of time spent not fighting as well. Jocelyn, incredible timing taking hidden, clearly knew she needed to get that point back. She couldn't let Blue have 2 points over there, one for too long. Blue clearly thinking the same thing about lower, but now so we've got 2 people at lower, and we've got Joss at hidden and Yvette at middle. That's gonna perhaps get two red and 1 blue, and for a time we had no points in control right there. Red still has just the advantage. Blue is going to be able to capture lower quicker because they had 2 there, and they're already going to be coming back. They're going to be rushing middle. Jocelyn Reed probably going to be rushing middle from hidden right now, knowing she has to support Yvette at middle. Here she just got it just in time. That might have been enough to really kind of put the end of the game right there. In fact, Onshow knows this. He's going to run for hidden to try to get it, hopefully that Fat over here can kill Yvette by himself. But even doing that, now Fat not only has to kill her, but he has to spend time by himself capturing a point, which is going to take him a lot longer. What's Jocelyn Reed doing? She's gonna defend that point, knowing that well, I actually don't know where she is. She is missing in action. Roncho trying to take hidden, 93-88 with 2 to the red. It's, oh Lord, there. I wonder what's going to happen. We got 2 blues taking 2 red points. They might succeed both neutralizing those points. I'm not sure who's at lower. Yvette gonna come in here, and is she gonna keep Fat from neutralizing that point?
If she can do that, that could be the clutch thing for the game, because Johnson's still down at lower.
Yep, Fat's gonna keep her off the point because he doesn't probably know it, but he's.
She's gaining it back. She's spending more time on it than he is.
She's getting it back. It's 99. Red's got the victory here. Strategy over PvP prowess. It's incredible. What a game. What a game. And the girls are victorious over the boys. Who would have thunk it? Anything is possible in Valley of the Artifacts. It's a good game, guys. I had about as much fun watching as you guys probably did play.